Hey everybody, this is Alex Merced from alexmercedcoder.com, and this is the first in a series of new React videos. These React videos aren't necessarily like a whole fresh tutorial in React, so if you haven't seen sort of my intro to React playlist yet and watched those introductory React videos, then you may want to watch those first. If you kind of have a basic idea of what React is and what it's doing, this will work, but the main purpose of this video series is to show you how to use a template that I released. Because if you ever use Create React App, which is the typical way people will spin up sort of a more robust React environment, it can be kind of big, like 100 megs. Okay, I mean, and then basically this boilerplate that I made, we'll see how big it is when it's all said and done. Okay, but let me show you where you would find it. Okay, you just go to my repo or go to my GitHub profile, and in my repositories, it's this right here, Alex Merced React Parcel template. So you could just search for it on GitHub. So Alex Merced React Parcel template. You would just go over here, okay, and then just copy over the little clone code. I'm over here in VS Code. That's my the editor I'm using. Okay, and what you can do. Okay, I'm just gonna do this in another folder. Or no, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so I'd like to collapse this folder. I'd like to not be in any folder. Get a new folder, and just go React Prac. Okay, so I'm going to CD into that React Prac folder. CD React Prac. And then here we're going to clone that repo. So I'm going to do git clone, paste that URL from GitHub. Okay, and that's going to clone that repo over. Okay. Cool. Now let's see here. So see, that was pretty quick. If you've ever done Create React App, that takes forever. So then we'll CD into that folder that's in there. So we can see if I hit LS. See, now there's a folder called Alex Merced React Template. I'm just going to do it from over here. I'm going to rename that folder. Rename React Project 1. Okay. And then I'm going to go CD into that folder, Project 1. And I'm going to basically right now, if I type in git remote, see I have this origin there. I want to get rid of that, because it's no longer associated with that repo. Okay, I just downloaded it because I want the template. So I'm going to do git rm, or well, git remote rm origin. Okay, and now if I do git remote, that remote is done. You can now add your own repo as your remote, and you're good to go. So that's done. And now that that's done, I need to make sure I install all the dependencies. Okay, so you can see here in the package JSON, we have all the dependencies already listed there. So all you have to do is just type in npmi, and that's going to install everything. And that'll take a second. Okay, so that's downloading. Just to give you guys a tour. Here's a README with all the basic commands. Okay, so see again here we are installing. Okay, actually, well, I'll add the direction for the RM later. But then basically the run to dev server, once we're done, we'll just type in npm run dev. Everything works off this index.html that's right here. So if you want to like link any other files, you can just do that from here. Like if you want to add like Bootstrap or Materialize or something, you can just put in those link tags here. And everything happens through this app.js, which is in the source folder. So this is where we'll find our app component. So this is sort of where everything kind of starts. Okay, you'll work from there. And notice in the template I already have a header and a footer component. So that way when it comes to templating your page, you can just quickly go into components, do the header of your page there, and do the footer of the page, and do what you want for your header and footer, and you're good to go. And then I have this template file. So this way you can just copy and paste it to create a new component. And it basically has all the boilerplate there for a functional component for you to make life nice and easy. Okay. Cool, I think that's pretty much almost done installing. Let's see the let's get in there. Oh, it's done. Okay, let's see how big this is. Let's see here. Let's go open the containing folder because I'm curious. Once we download all the stuff, React Prac, Project 1, let's see how big this all ends up being. Yeah, you still end up at around 95 megs when it's all said and done, but still seemed a lot faster and a lot less complicated doing npx create React app, which if you've ever done, again, takes like 10 minutes for it to finish doing what it's doing. Okay, but yeah, so I guess basically once you install all those dependencies, you still end up in the same place. Almost. Slightly smaller. Okay. And basically this works using the Parcel bundler. So that's why there isn't too many like configuration files. It's just like a little Babel configuration file, but there's not like all these other configs and Webpack configs and all this stuff. Parcel kind of handles all that, which is really nice. Cool. So let's just now run the dev server. npm run dev. Okay. And that's going to open up the port 3000. Give it a moment to basically get started. It should open up the browser when it's done. So that's just building. It's going to take a second. Okay, so it's bundling everything. Because again, if you're not familiar with how bundlers work, they're essentially building out your front-end code, so that way you don't have to worry about like a bunch of script tags and whatnot. It just figures it all out for you. Okay, so here you go. So there's the, well, that's supposed to be the header, and then there's the footer. Now, why does it say footer twice? I have a feeling that I just copied and pasted it and then forgot to change it. So I'll update that template, but let's take a look. Header, yep, header says footer. So just to make this clear that this is the header component, let me just change that to header. And again, this is watching files, so when you run the dev, it'll update automatically. So you'll see this will update in a second. There you go. Now it says header on both of them. Interesting. So let's go to footer. Footer says hello world. That should say footer. So let's change that to footer. Save. I think I have an idea why this is happening. Again, all those will be fixed in the template. Yep, this is why. I imported them both in the same file, so this should be footer.js. Okay, save. And there you go. So anything in your footer component will be here, anything in your header component. So if you want to build like your nav bar, you could just go do that in your header component. If you wanted to build like a footer menu, you can just do it in that component. So that way it's on every page. You know, and then you only have to worry about what's sort of in that middle component, that middle part. Cool. So that's the setup. So basically you have a nice working React project without a lot of having to do a lot of stuff. It's ready to go. A little bit smaller than doing Create React App, a little bit quicker to set up than, but you just got to follow the directions. So yeah, just go over to my repo, clone it, use it, and hopefully this makes it easier for doing your React